Hello, everybody. Welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, I also publish on Rumble and on Patreon and anything else I usually go about on Twitter X. Um, I didn't do anything yesterday. I got distracted doing a lot of stuff. Then I completely kind of forgotten of doing an episode. Late at night, I tried to see if there was any news late at night from my time zone, of course. Didn't see anything interesting. And that there was going to be the Summer's Game Fest live stream, like the main event live stream kind of a thing there. So I decided to do nothing. In terms of gameplay, Death Stranding will the next one will come Monday, and then Thursdays as usual for now. I will maintain this schedule at this moment in time. And on that, we got complete gameplay series already. Again, 4K, the most recent ones after the assembling of the new system, and 1080p are very, very, very old, 6 years plus old. But yeah, other than that, let's go for some news. I'm basically going to be covering the Summer's Game Fest live stream, but there was some news regarding Cyberpunk. They did a live stream, like the red streams or whatever it is, and they seem to be teasing some kind of possible DLC. They did announce that that game will receive a new patch, 2.3. I think the last one was last year, where they did some stuff regarding customizations. I think with Virtuous, which is usually a company that does PC ports. Usually, that what they are good about it. And it seems that we might. They weren't very direct. I think they will have a reveal, official reveal for the patch 2.3 later this month or something like that. But we will have to wait. But it seems to be a lot of people are rumoring that there's going to be a second DLC. There was another article that referenced the DLC packages or expenses. At the time, before Cyberpunk was launched, they were planning like The Witcher 3 to have like two major expansions per se. But again, we only had the Phantom Liberty one. Again, the launch was a terrible one. Again, I think that they basically got around and planned all the resources to try and fix the game post launch, and then they managed to have that Phantom Liberty. I assume it was always going to be the first expansion. They already supposedly been working there. Then again, after a couple of years at least, they launched that expansion, which is a very good one from my understand. A lot of some endgame stuff there. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Let's see if they're going to do a stream dedicated just for this patch to announce possibly or not if there's going to be an expansion or at least some content DLC besides the customization stuff that they already announced from the last update that they had regarding. I think it was with car skins and stuff like that. I think they had some a couple of missions to unlock more stuff there, something on those lines. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see later this month, if not mistaken, what they are going to do with version 2.3. Again, it's interesting that they are still clinging on Cyberpunk. I think they're trying to squeeze every ounce that they can from this last Red Engine game. It's a shame that they didn't continue with Red Engine because from what we've been seeing is a pretty good engine, especially after Witcher 3 and the update that they had for Cyberpunk. It does seems to be a pretty good engine overall. I think is the fact that they fought. I don't know if they lost a lot of engineers that were specialized in this engine, and then they basically had to switch up with Unreal Engine. They'd say again it's because of the partnership with Unreal and all the that jazz to and the support and again a lot of mumbo jumbo. Basically, they my assumption is they lost a lot of the engineering staff for the engine itself, and they didn't want to spend resources to make people specialize in that engine and build up on already good framework, at least from the again I really like Red Engine, um, especially from Witcher 3. Cyberpunk I didn't play, so I cannot give my opinion on that, but yeah, it's, very mod friendly, that engine, which I think did contribute a lot on the Witcher 3 selling very well. because the mod, the openness that this engine has for mod support. I think it contributed a lot. Again, Unreal Engine, supposedly it's also mod friendly, but again, it's one of those things. I don't like monopolies, and on game engines, we've been seeing a lot of Unreal Engine 5 games. Again, that engine itself has its own issues, as on the foundation itself. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see how that goes. So let's go to the that Summer's Game Fest. There, I will try to do chronologically the way it was presented throughout the show. I did manage to watch it kind of live. That show, I skipped a lot of stuff there. The talking parts there. Some interesting stuff happened there. I'm just going to bring up what catch my eye. We got Mortal Shell 2. Interesting. I liked the trailer. Again, the setup of the game seems pretty interesting. This sequel is going to be very similar as time. Sorry, as gameplay settings. Sorry, gameplay systems go. And it's going to be a standalone sequel. Again, single player will come out next year. A lot of them will come out next year. Some of them will come this year. But yeah, interesting stuff that I think they are expanding a little bit on that shell mechanic that they have. And I like the setting and the tone from the trailer. I don't think we got, from what I remember from the trailer, I think we didn't see any proper gameplay there, but at least he set the tone for what the game is going to be. So I did find it interesting. We'll have to wait and see how well this will go. I'll try to keep up with this game here. Got Code Vein 2. I never played the first one. It seemed interesting, the premise of the first one, kind of very anime style, Dark Soulish kind of combat there, some exploration. The story seems serviceable at least. We got the announcement of the sequel here. I think it did well from in terms of sales. People seem to enjoy its reference here and there from time to time in terms of kind of Souls-like kind of games with some tweaks here and there and their own take on that formula. Again, we got the basically with some tidbits of gameplay, but was basically an announcement trailer for this game. Again, should come out next year, and it's available also, of course, on Steam. We got this one, End of Abyss. Very interesting. Seems like an isometric view kind of a thing there, or a third person wide shot angle in terms of the gameplay there. Very interesting. Similarly, it seems that Epic Game Store is getting a little bit more on the publishing side of things. I don't like that much, mainly because of the story itself and the ecosystem around Epic Game Store. It's not good. The only thing that I use it is to claim games for free. And again, I think they're trying to captivate more customers there through probably with the publishing games exclusively there, at least for the PC platform. This one seems very interesting. I did really like the tone and what it tries to do here. Very weird. Again, this is kind of the visuals here. Very weird the way it goes. That this character shoots this big blob of bodies, and they, as long as you shoot and do damage, individual bodies will come out and try to attack you. Yeah, very interesting, very dark. But yeah, my only issue here is being exclusive to Epic Game Store, at least for now. I watched the trailer to the end. On the final card there, it only says Epic Game Store and then the console platforms there. Hopefully, in the middle of this is going to be a time exclusive because, again, I think the best way for Epic Game Store, and it's kind of a side rant here, is to improve their ecosystem there as a storefront and all the things that, for example, trying to equip themselves to be a more competitor to Steam than anything else. Again, they have good stuff for developers like the shared revenue. They don't take that huge amount of cuts there, but that is to try to incentivize and gather more development studios and have more games there instead of trying to be more friendly to the customer. Steam successes is more about the how they are friendly and more supportive to the customer base that they have. That's why they have a huge user base and active monthly users per se than any kind of other platform, because they are supportive, and they really try to make it easy for the customers, from all the big steps that they did, from trying to not to try to avoid, to forbid like in-game ads and all that jazz. Again, it's a completely different thing from the Epic Game Store. Instead of this, I don't think these games that are going to be, at least for now, exclusive to Epic Game Store, are going to sell bank busters, unless they are going to probably make some money out of Xbox Game Pass system kind of a thing there, to have like just the introductory fee of belonging in that system. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But again, this game seems pretty interesting by itself. It captivated me on the tone that it's trying to achieve. Then we got, out of nowhere, Atomic Heart 2. It's been announced, will come out next year. It's kind of a follow-up on the first one. Again, I only played the demo for the first one. Again, it's one of those that is not on my library, but it's on my wish list on those games to try and catch up one of these days. Hopefully, maybe before the second one come out, I don't know, manage to play the first one. Let's see how that goes. But yeah, very interesting. Again, I only played the demo. In terms of story, I don't know where the story ends on the first one, but again, it's very in line of it, at least it seems very in line of the world that's set up there for Atomic Heart, the first one. Uh, Again, we basically saw only CGI trailer, no gameplay, but it seems that the tone is very much the same there, and it's like a continuation and a broadening of scope on this sequel. So yeah, I really did enjoy the trailer here. And then from them also, they will announce, again, it's not a game for me, multiplayer RPG, so first person multiplayer RPG thing here. The thing here that caught my attention is the fact that it's a cube. Basically, again, the setup, a cube appeared out of nowhere, and the cube shifts. I think it's very similar for some puzzles that I watched from the first game. Some puzzles that have the rotating stuff there to change the thing here. And this one seems like is shifting around. Like each zone here is very different. And I think you will have to transverse this while you play the game. Again, very interesting what they're trying to do here. Again, trying new things, even though it's not something that is going to be for me, it's always interesting to see. But yeah, it's from the same guys. Basically, it's an in-studio thing there for them. In terms of other things here, we got Onimusha Way of the Sword. We got a little bit more gameplay. I really want to see more extended footage of the gameplay there regarding this game. But it seems that it's more, it's not an action fighting game. Seems like more, it's not Souls-like, but it kind of is. It's more slow-paced, more tactical in the sense where you need to be very precise with what you're trying to do there. Very samurai-like in terms of the combat there, which is very interesting what they're trying to do here. But yeah, I really did enjoy it. Hopefully, we will get until the game is launched, which next year we'll have more extended gameplay video there. Because I really want to see what this game is all about. I played I think the first and the third one, if not mistaken. I really did enjoy the time. It was not an easy game to play, but it was a difficult one in terms of combat. But I did enjoy it at the time. Then you got this one out of nowhere. Also felt that boxing. It's kind of a boxing game. Again, we'll see how it goes. I already wishlisted. Maybe it's something interesting to play with. But yeah, I enjoyed the trailer for what it was. Seems very interesting there. Then we got another trailer for Mafia: The Old Country. Again, this is just a CGI trailer. I would like to start seeing more gameplay or extended gameplay parts of this game. Because we've been seeing basically, if not mistaken, basically CGI trailers. again, it's due out. I don't think it has still a definitive launch date. It says here it's due out for all the platforms here. I really do hope that they start wrapping up a little bit more gameplay so people have a better idea what the game would look like and how the feel of the gameplay is before the game comes out. Then you got, again, out of nowhere, Liza P, the Overture DLC was announced and it's available now. So if you want if you already played the base game, you can now buy the Overture DLC. Pretty awesome in terms of setting of the tone. But yeah, I I'm assuming it's at least at the same quality of the base game, which seems to be pretty good. But yeah, it's out now, and the game is on offer. I will cover that in a bit there. Then also this one comes also from Mundfish Powerhouse, which seems to be some kind of. I think Mundfish is trying to do their own publishing, or at least give support to more smaller teams or independent smaller teams in terms of collaborating with projects. And this one is grotesque. It's a horror game, first person, body horror to the maximum. I really enjoyed this thing. I don't know what to describe here. It's completely like full body horror. It's very weird, and it seems to have gameplay. From what I understand, most of it is gameplay. I think it's Unreal Engine 5 or something like that. Yeah, I think this one might be a good one coming out when it comes out because there is no definitive, not even a year for the launch of this game. I think this is more to try and get the attention that again Mundfish Powerhouse is working on with independent creators, smaller teams, and collaborating with them to ramp up the development there in those projects there. But yeah, very interesting. I do recommend watching if you like horror games. This one seems very, very weird. Then we got the interesting thing here, Infinitesimals. Again, this game is Epic Game Store published. Will launch next year. Again, the setup seems pretty interesting. It's one of those that you play as I don't know a cricket or grasshopper or whatever it is, and everything is big. I always like to experience a game like that, like Honey I Shrunk the Kids kind of a thing there. But I never there was any game that caught my eye to regarding that. This one seems to be pretty interesting, but then again, this is Epic Games publishing. Again, I will assume it's exclusive to Epic Games Store and will never come to Steam. I don't know. Looking out of this, I will think it's not going to be good for sales. Again, I think we got that. They already have several cases, and one of the major ones that really should be a warning sign of not selling that well, that fast. It was mainly Alan Wake 2. The game seems to be interesting. Again, you can discuss all the AI shit that might be introduced there on that sequel. But I think the game, technical wise and at least gameplay wise, seems pretty good in line with Alan Wake 1 or improvement on those. Again, it didn't so well because it's still locked on Epic Game Store front there. So I think it's one of the main reasons. That's why that game didn't sell so far. It could sell better if it had come out on Steam there. But yeah, decisions that were made at the time. Then we got a little bit more of WUCHANG Fallen Feathers. It will come out this year, July 24. Again, another teaser. Again, hopefully in the meantime, until the launch, we will have extended gameplay videos, like the 10 minutes gameplay videos, like a pretty good section of just seeing the gameplay to see how it feels. We got already some snippets here and there, but I think what is convincing now players is gameplay videos, so people can have a feel of what the game is really in terms of the gameplay, because you can bring all the CGI prettiness trailers there or tech demos like The Witcher 4. at the end, it's not a representation of the final product, and people will have feel betrayed when the proper game launches because it's not going to meet the expectation of the CGI trailers there. Again, I just hope these games will start coming out before launch to put out more gameplay trailers. Again, we got a good showcase, at least of the evolution. For example, with Crimson Desert, they basically are just bringing up gameplay videos from bosses, from exploration, from gameplay mechanics. They just bring out them, even though it's kind of an engine showcase to a certain degree, but at least it's gameplay. We know and can see what it feels like to play that game, and we got a better sense instead of CGI stuff there. Then we got also an interesting detective game. It seems kind of mafioso kind of a thing there. Stranger Than Heaven. Again, I don't recognize the studio itself. Again, probably already saw some games out of the studio, Ryuga Gotoku Studio. Uh, this project was known as Project Sentry. I don't remember seeing anything for this project before this thing, but yeah, very interesting. I don't know what it's set on the 1930ish, 40ish. Again, interesting what they're trying to do there. Hopefully, it's good. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what it is basically. And then lastly, we got the Resident Evil 9 announcement that everybody was rumored that will happen in this summer between the State of Play, Summer's Game Fest, maybe the show after. It was announced yesterday. They teased this to a certain degree. There was a kind of a tease from the actress that plays Lady Romanescu in Resident Evil Village. I think that's the character's name. Teasing about the franchise going on sale. Then it teased. She introduced the franchise director or something like that, and he said, "Wait for more information in a blink of an eye. Before you know it, we might announce something soon." And then at the end of the show, they just brought out of nowhere the trailer. I caught up immediately, mainly because it rang the bell of the character here. I think it's Ashley. I'm not sure, but she's named Ashley. I think that's her first name, Ashcroft. Ashcroft, I think, is that guy, one of the big enemies from the series. Again, it seems like it was a not CGI, in-game engine trailer. There is no gameplay that I noticed there. Seems to be kind of, she's like an FBI investigator or something like that. There are some cases of people missing or being killed, and then I think it will revolve around her. I think what they're trying to do here is kind of introducing some more detectiving on the horror side of things. I don't know. This is just the announcement of the game that it will come out, and we have a definite release date, which is February 27. I will assume September, October, we'll start to see a ramping up on the marketing, seeing more stuff there. But yeah, hopefully we'll get at least a better sense of the setup of the game. But yeah, it's called Resident Evil 9. It's called Resident Evil Requiem. We'll have to wait and see more information. Supposedly there will be a demo available on Gamescom, which is from August 20 to 24. We'll have to, maybe there we'll have a little bit more news regarding how it feels to play, what's exactly the setup, because again, it was a trailer just to basically announce the game. Very interesting. I'm curious about it. Let's see how that goes. But yeah, basically this is it for today. I'm just going through some gaming deals. We still got Plague Tale Requiem, or Plague Tale Innocence and Requiem sale there. Again, I will leave both of those games on the description on the gaming deal section there for you to check out. Again, I still need to play the first one and see if it is good enough for me to invest on the second one. Then you got Atomfall. It's on sale, 20% off. Again, seems pretty good. It's kind of a different take on between Stalker and Fallout kind of genres there. Seems pretty interesting there. Then you got Atomic Heart again. After all these announcements, again, some of these franchises are going on sale. Again, 67% off still. Got a demo. Again, as I mentioned before, I already played the demo. I did a video on it. If you are curious, you can check out there. We got Batman Arkham Collection is still on sale, 85% off. We got Dragon's Dogma 2, 58% off on the base game. There is some rumblings that it might come up some news regarding Dragon's Dogma 2. I don't know, some kind of a content update or a DLC or something like that. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. Then you got Steel Journey. Again, recommended for my part. I played it on consoles at the time when it launched. Very good. We got Liza P. Again, it's on sale, and you got Overture bundle if you want to buy with the DLC here, 33% off. Again, it's out now, out of nowhere. Then we got Midnight Suns is still on sale. I do recommend this one. I did the gameplay series. You can check out the first couple of episodes to have an idea what this game is about, but it's from the same guys that brought XCOM 2. The twist here is more deck building mechanics there than anything else. Then you got No Man's Sky still on sale, 60% off. Latest beacon update that came out this week or so, if not mistaken. So again, 20 plus huge content updates that are for free on the base game there. We got still Okami HD for sale. Again, this part of the Capcom stuff there, 50% off. Again, this is the port of the highly acclaimed Okami HD. I think the second one is already announced also. I don't know when it was, but that's my impression there, that it's already announced that they are working on it. Then you got Resident Evil franchise. I will leave all the Resident Evil games on the description on the gaming deal section there, so you can pick and choose and complete your collection. We got Sekiro is still on sale. Again, very rare to see From Software games on sale, 50% off. Again, it's one of those that you got to get good to finish up the game, if not mistaken. And then lastly, we got Stray. You play as a cat. What else can I say there? It's 40% off and overwhelmingly positive feedback since it came out. But yeah, I'll wrap up here for today. The plug on my Patreon as usual. Again, the extra support from here is to be more in line to get around better storage solutions, so I can have backups of stuff that I do with my clients, and of course, some extra space for the videos that I do for the channel. And with all that said, I hope you have a wonderful day. Now, I'll see you in the next one. So, till then, Kunamy Master out.